Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing LeetCode question 136, single number. So, given a non-empty array of integers, every element appears twice except for one. Find that single one. Your algorithm should have a linear runtime complexity. Could you implement it without using extra memory? So, if we look at the two examples, 2 and 2 both appear twice, so we don't want that. We instead want 1, which appears once. Here, if we look here, 1 appears twice and 2 appears twice as well, and 4 appears once, so that's the output 4. So a naive solution when you think of this would be to create a hash map of where the key is an integer and the value is an integer, and you count the frequency of every number, and then you iterate through the map once more to see which key has a frequency of 1. And that'll get you the correct answer, but it's not the optimal solution in this case. And that will run in O of n time and O of n memory, since we'll be running through the entire input and running through storing everything inside of a map, which will be linear memory. But the question is asking us, could you implement it without using extra memory? And you can, using bit manipulation. So bit manipulation, a key thing is XOR, which is the inverse of OR. So, and a really important principle that is good to remember and keep in mind is the same number XORed with itself is actually 0. So if we look at example 2, 2 XOR, which is the caret, 2 is equal to 0. So if we think about this, if we have in our input elements that appear twice, if we XOR every number with each other, then at the end, the only number that will be left, or a non-zero, will be the singular number. So let's see how we can implement this. So we want to start with our value. Let's just call it result. And we're going to call this with the very first number. And then we want to XOR it with every other number. And once you have the new number, you want to XOR with the new number. And that will give you the result you're looking for. And an important distinction is, oh, well, in this case, we'll start with 4, then we'll XOR with 1, and then we'll XOR with 2. But, you know, when 1 XORs with 2, we don't get rid of any numbers, right? But in the principles, you can actually move the numbers around. So 1 will XOR with 1, and 2 will XOR with 2. And so those will all result in 0, leaving you only 4. So let's run the code and submit it. And boom, you have achieved linear runtime and linear and using constant memory. So that's LeetCode question 136. If you liked the video, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.